Welcome everyone to my channel. The real scene is possible, so she gave up her rights to the land. Cody had 4 wives and 18 children. So the family bought the land to accommodate them all. By the time Sister Wives season 19 premiered, 3 of Cody's 4 wives had left him, and he was barely speaking to many of his children. The last thing the Browns needed was a large parcel of land in Arizona. They recently sold the land, making a huge profit, but Christine gave up her rights long ago. So she wouldn't get any of the proceeds. How the Coyote Pass dream died. Cody and his 4 wives had planned to build 4 separate homes on the land at Coyote Pass, where their children could also build homes later. Sadly, the Brown family fell apart before they ever broke ground. During an early episode of Sister Wives season 19, Cody looked around at the empty land and lamented that his dreams of Camelot were dead. The land at Coyote Pass became a symbol of the Brown family's dissolution. Christine basically gave away her rights. Christine was the first of Cody's wives to walk away from the marriage. The Sister Wives star left in 2021 after 27 years of marriage and 6 children together. Wanting nothing to do with Cody, Christine agreed to sell her share of the land to Cody for $10. In return, she got to keep all the money from selling her home, which was purchased by the whole family. At the time, it seemed like a great deal. But it looks different in light of the recent sale of the Coyote Pass property. Coyote Pass just sold. According to The Sun, the Browns paid $8,20,000 for the property in 2018 and sold it to a new buyer for $50 million. Cody will split the profits with Robin Brown, Janelle Brown, and Mary Brown. Christine Brown will not get any of the money, but the Sister Wives season 19 star is probably okay with how everything turned out. The land at Coyote Pass was a source of drama for the family, and Christine wanted nothing to do with it, regardless of the money. Spring makeover, Sister Wives, Janelle Brown's best, glow up, OOTD amid Coyote Pass sale ebong move to North Carolina. Sister Wives star Janelle Brown isn't the same woman she was when she was married to Cody Brown, and this spring, she's showing off her metamorphosis. Flaunting radiant skin and fun and colorful fashion, Janelle lives with so much pain because she lost her son, Garrison Brown, after her decades-long spiritual union ended. The kind of bereavement can be emotionally crushing. As per a study published in the National Library of Medicine, some people who lose their children feel like their dreams for the future also die. Janelle adored her son, and she's suffering, however, she never gives up. Janelle knows she needs to be strong for her children and for herself. She's found ways to experience joy amid all the heartache, and her strength and goodness shine through. She's a lovable person who deserves to be happy. Months ago, Janelle embarked on a life detox that seems to be healing her mind, body and spirit. Grief is grueling, the pain comes in waves, and each wave can hit with tidal force. Janelle is now meditating and writing in a journal regularly, and limiting her screen time. Hopefully, these activities are helping her to soothe her frayed nerves and intense emotions. As she prepares to build a home in North Carolina after launching Janelle's flower business, Teda Farms, she's moving forward. In many places, the earth's waking up after a long, cold winter. And seeing Janelle happy after all she's endured is like watching a flower bloom. While the phrase, spring flowers, calls to mind buttercups, daffodils, and daisies, Janelle is mighty like a rose. There are thorns, bad memories, trauma, anger, but there is also beauty to marvel at. Who could be stronger after experiencing the worst? She is a special person, a good woman. Janelle is so pretty in spring pastels. Her smile is such a beautiful thing to see. Janelle Brown, Instagram. The screen grab above is from late February, via Janelle's Instagram. But she was already gearing up for spring, looking fresh, rested and rosy in a pretty peony pink dress. The soft pastel is perfect for her coloring, and her smooth, silky blowout is definitely one of her best hair looks. In fact, Janelle looks gorgeous in this flattering outfit. Janelle doesn't wear much makeup, but doesn't need it. Her skin is bright and clear and her eyes are shining. Janelle looks so relaxed here. This is the kind of happiness she needs. Being around people who love her makes Janelle luminous. Above, she enjoys a group dinner with married couple and business partners, Christine and David Woolley, and other family and friends. It's a nice moment that she could really lose herself in. Every time she's in no-stress situations where she's valued unconditionally, she gets a little closer to healing. It's a process, it's about simple pleasures that take the edge off grief. If only for a little while. Luckily, even though Janelle is choosing detachment more often these days, she does have people who would do anything for her, including Christine. Janelle glowed in a raspberry top. Janelle's light beige complexion has cool undertones. If you're into seasonal beauty, I'd say Janelle's a light summer. Because whenever she wears cool berry tones, she looks fabulous. I've seen in her neutral shades like sage, and they look nice, but not as right as the pinks and purples that flatter summer types. In the raspberry blouse shown above, Janelle's skin glows, she looks younger and fresher. In warm tones like rust and orange, she might not look as polished and pretty. In her post, Janelle wrote, "Mykelti and Tony were in town this past weekend and we had an early birthday party for Avalon. The ice cream sandwich cake made its appearance. I think this may have started as a version of banana split cake. Many of the kids requested it every year on their birthday. So this and angel food cake with whipped cream and strawberries were in frequent rotation. Do you have a favorite birthday cake?" In the post above, Janelle was enjoying another warm and fuzzy celebration with family, a birthday party for Mykelti and Tony Padran's daughter, Avalon Padran, who's Janelle's granddaughter. Janelle talked about the treats served on that special occasion, including an ice cream sandwich cake. In her post, Janelle looked happy and fabulous. When she's surrounded by love, she is her best self, but Janelle's able to give love, not just receive it. In fact, giving seems to make her happier than taking does. Sister wives, Janelle Brown is coming out of her shell after a terrible loss, and she's mourning her marriage too. Janelle loved Cody and wanted more from their relationship. However, she was brave enough to leave when it became clear that there was no hope of restoring the strong bond they once shared. Now that spring is here, she's ready to take even more control of her own life. Her detox got the ball rolling, and now, she's rolling out the plans she made long ago. A business, a new house in the future, and great times with loved ones are her recipe for a delicious, sun-soaked spring. Life is tough. No one avoids the pain all the time. There are always moments when things are dark, and people who love themselves learn to fight through those rough periods. They find strategies for coping, they choose happiness. Janelle is doing so in cute outfits that show her optimism. Janelle's life is looking up. She's finding a sense of inner peace that was hard-won, and it's not contingent on anyone's opinion or point of view. It's about how she feels inside, and the way that she believes in herself. Sister Wives, Janelle Brown is stronger, wiser and more tuned into the universe than ever before. I hope that this spring, and the summer that follows, are filled with peace, light and love. Sister Wives fans can stream the series on the Discovery platform. The wind danced across the dry grass of Coyote Pass, just as it had every spring since Christine Brown could remember. The land stretched wide and golden beneath the early April sun, bordered by red earth and distant hills. It had once been a symbol of unity, a shared dream among the Browns. Now, standing at the edge of the property she no longer legally held any claim to, Christine felt something twist deep in her chest. She hadn't returned to Flagstaff in over a year. Her life in Utah was calm, filled with laughter, a new marriage, and finally, peace. But when she received a message from Janelle saying, "You should come out here just once more," the land's being parceled, something told her she had to see it for herself. Her boots crunched softly over the sandy soil as she made her way up a familiar trail. Each step brought back memories. Building plans drawn on napkins. Arguments about water access. Cody's grand dreams of a cul-de-sac-style family kingdom. Christine had believed in it once. She had believed in him. But dreams fade. Trust fractures. And one day, she'd stopped believing entirely. Still beautiful, isn't it? Christine turned, startled by the voice. Janelle stood a few feet behind her, a thermos in one hand. Her jacket zipped tight against the wind. "Yeah," Christine said, swallowing thickly. "Still the same." They stood in silence for a moment, watching the breeze roll over the junipers and sagebrush. In the distance, Cody's truck kicked up a trail of dust as it crawled along the private road that dissected the property. "I didn't think I'd feel anything coming back here," Christine admitted. "But now that I'm standing here, you miss it?" Janelle asked gently. Christine hesitated. "No, not it. I miss what we thought it could be. What it was supposed to be." Janelle nodded, sipping her coffee. "We all do." The truth was, Christine had signed away her rights to Coyote Pass over a year ago. At the time, it hadn't felt like a loss. It felt like a shedding, a final rejection of the control and expectations she'd lived under for decades. She was done. Done with sharing her life with someone who barely saw her. Done with the future she didn't help shape. She'd walked away with her head held high. But standing here now, the questions came creeping in like shadows. Had she been too quick to cut ties? Could she have fought for a piece of the land, not for Cody, but for herself? For her kids? Janelle must have seen the war in her eyes. You made the right call, Chris. You know that. Do I? Christine sighed. Back then I was angry, fed up, and giving it up. It felt like freedom. But now I wonder, did I also give up something that should have been mine? She turned to look at Janelle. You're still invested. Why? What keeps you tethered here? Janelle looked out at the land, eyes soft. I don't know. Maybe it's stubbornness. Maybe it's because I still believe in shared ownership, even if the family isn't what it used to be. And part of it's for the boys. They still want roots here. Christine wrapped her arms around herself, the wind tugging at her sleeves. Truly doesn't even ask about this place anymore. And Michael T's busy with her babies. None of them feel tied here. Then maybe that's your answer. Cody's truck came to a stop near the edge of the main lot. He stepped out, glanced their way, and then pretended not to see them. Still ignoring me, Christine said dryly. Same here, Janelle muttered. There was a time when his coldness would have pierced Christine to the core. Now, it barely grazed her. But her thoughts still churned with what-ifs. You know what's ironic? She said, voice low. I was always the one who wanted to leave. But sometimes I feel like I'm the one who's still stuck. Not here, physically, but emotionally. Janelle gave her a sideways glance. You don't seem stuck. You seem like you're trying to understand. Christine shook her head, a dry laugh escaping her lips. Maybe. Or maybe I'm just looking for reasons to justify something I can't take back. They sat down on a low rock ledge, the kind where they used to watch sunsets after family meetings. The same ledge where Christine had once cried after Cody dismissed her concerns about the land's division. I gave it up so he couldn't hold it over me anymore, she said. I wanted to be done with his vision, his control. I still want that. But some days I wonder what it would have felt like to claim a piece of this for me. Not as his wife. Not as part of the family. Just as Christine. Janelle smiled softly. You don't need land to claim yourself. Christine met her gaze. I know. But land grounds people. Gives them history. I think I wanted to prove I didn't need that. That I could build something new from scratch. And I have. But now, coming back here, I see. Maybe I also wanted this place to remember me. It will, Janelle said. We all will. You were part of the roots. Even if the branches split off. The sun was dipping lower now, casting long shadows across the ground. Cody had retreated into his truck again. He didn't get out this time. I don't regret leaving him, Christine said firmly. That was the best decision I ever made. But I think I regret not fighting for a legacy. Not for his dream. For mine. Janelle reached over, squeezing her hand. It's not too late to build one. Just somewhere else. Christine smiled, eyes brimming but dry. Already started. Just needed to come back here to be sure. They stood, brushing off the dust. Christine looked around one last time, the trees, the rocks, the wind-blown hills. I used to think this land was our future, she said. Now I see. It was just a chapter. And your next one's already being written, Janelle replied with a grin. Christine turned toward the path back to her car, the setting sun at her back. As the wind tugged gently at her hair, she realized something had shifted inside her. Not regret, not longing, just peace. The kind that comes when you know who you are and who you're not anymore. Let me know if you want a version from another character's perspective or adapted for a specific style, like diary entry, interview, etc.